Hasbro's Toy Hunt podcast, a show about toy collecting by collectors for collectors. As always, I'm Gio. Joining me, my lifelong friend, all the way from the South Side, George. How you doing today, George?
I'm doing good.
So, George, now that we've had a little bit of time to process everything, how you feeling about this whole Spider-Man Sony Marvel situation?
The same. I actually last time it was pretty processed. My
So,
feelings on.
so you stopped tearing apart your bedroom, like you stopped destroying your furniture and breaking
I
windows.
stopped breaking my Sony DVDs.
Anything to get you to stop keying cars.
Huh?
So, did you do any hunting today, George?
Yes. It was mostly unsuccessful.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. That's happened to me too. I went hunting yesterday, Sunday. I drove all the way to Gurney Mills, and I
Oh
started
wow.
I started stopping. We were stopping at every Walgreens
On the way
be-
back?
on the way there and on the way back because I've started seeing posts about people buying the Pink Ranger, and I wanted it, so I was stopping at every single one.
Yeah, I think I've seen some Rangers from that wave other than the Pink Ranger. So they must be there, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Or
I,
bought.
yeah, I saw the Beast Morphers Red Ranger, and I saw a Bizarro Superman, which I was about to pull the trigger on it. I was gonna buy it, but I thought I'll save my money just in case I bump into the Pink Ranger within these next few days.
And it was today.
And it was today. I walked into a Walgreens and found the Pink Ranger.
How is it?
It's fantastic. I have it right here. I'm looking at it in all its glory. It's, your standard white Lightning Collection box with pink hues. It's got the Pink Ranger drawing next to the window. And on the side, she comes with some spare hands. Well, not spare hands, extra hands. Her bow. Do you remember what the bow? She had was there a name for it? Because I know like the dragon dagger
I don't remember.
and the blaster. Actually, I don't remember them having blasters.
I do remember that.
I don't remember it that much. And she comes with like a pink effect that you can. I don't know if you put it over the arrow or it's another arrow. Oh no, it looks like it's another arrow. The product shot on the back looks like it's an arrow in and of itself, but in a pink translucent effect.
How's the face sculpt?
Well, do you remember the other day when we were talking about it and I said that I don't trust my judgment right away because it could have been the lighting, it could have been the guy's
Yeah,
camera.
it could be the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They're always bad, I think.
Yeah, no, it's not that good.
It's not that good?
It's not that good.
By not that good, is it better than in the pictures?
It's better than in the videos and the pictures, yes. But I think they could have done a better job with Amy Jo's face. What's it called? The photo real scan. They could have done a better job with the photo real scan.
Hmm.
But the Ranger itself looks nice. I haven't unboxed it yet. We're gonna do that sometime this week and put it up on the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go check it out, we are now on YouTube. It's Two Hasbro's Toy Hunts. You go on there, we'll be doing unboxings and talking about figures. But yep, successful day. It was raining really hard. When I went to a couple of Walgreens, it was raining really hard. I was with my family, and we had a run in. Saw nothing. It was dead. We came out, and we passed by. We happened to pass by another Walgreens that's on Lawrence and Pulaski. And just as I'm pulling into the driveway, man, it starts pouring. The rain just started pouring down. And my wife tells me, "Oh, it looks like the universe doesn't want you at Walgreens today." And I took long. I hesitated, because uh, we didn't have anything. There was no umbrella or anything. My
Mhm.
daughter, she looked in the back. She found an umbrella. Then she found the poncho, and then we contemplated what I should take. But I felt something push me inside, so I was like, you know what? I just got out. I took nothing, no umbrella, no poncho, and just walked in. And as I walk in and I make the turn to the toy section, it wasn't even on the pegs. It was just right there, almost as if it was waiting for me. And I scooped it up, and just then some other guy turns into
The
the
Toya?
aisle. Yeah, right when the video cuts off, the video I sent you where I was like, check it out, dude, I found it. And he's like, oh, is there another one? And I was like, I don't know, man. You have to ask. I just got here. I just saw this, and he was like, oh, man, I've been
Oh,
looking everywhere for it.
is he in the group? Is that guy? Did you ask him or no?
No, I didn't stop and talk to him. If he is and he's out there listening, let us know. So yeah, I scooped it up, and they also had the Bizarro Superman. I think I want to buy it. And oh, here's another anecdote. As I was paying, I have one of my friends' employee discount for Walgreens. So I look at the text message that he sent me. I enter his phone number, but then it asks you for the zip code, right?
Right.
I didn't see the zip code. So I had to tell the girl, I was like, oh, you know what? It's my buddy. He works there. I'm picking it up for him, but I don't know the zip code. And she was nice about it. She said, well, why don't you call him? And I thought, well, it's still work hours, so I don't know if he's gonna answer me. And it's a pretty big line now. I don't want to hold your line up. So I paid full price.
Uh-huh.
But then when I got to the car and I'm looking at the text messages, it's the message right above it. It said, oh, here's the zip code that you enter for.
Uh-huh.
So I could have gotten a little employee discount on it, but
What is it? 10, 15%?
probably not sure. Still, it would have been a discount. And I mean, I paid full price, but I'm really happy. Very, very happy with it.
Yeah. Oh, today some of the places that I went to hunt were a bunch of places in your neighborhood
You
that
were in
that apparently you never go to.
you were in my hood?
Yes.
By where?
At the GameStop that I asked you about.
Ah, right.
That you said you've only been there once.
Yeah, I went there once to pick up a FIFA.
I think it's just as far away from you as the GameStop you usually go to, except in the opposite direction. So
Really?
I think so.
Oh no, then no. No. The GameStop that I usually go to is no more than a mile and a quarter. If that.
Oh, this one. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something closer than no. Then it's about. I'm guessing. I'll double check.
Yeah, we'll look that up. No, then definitely it's not the one that I.
And I went to the Walgreens near the Five Below. That that you've been to sometimes, I think, but
Yeah.
don't usually go to.
Man, I hadn't hit up Walgreens this hard in, geez, I want to say the whole summer since maybe June,
Hmm.
but it paid off. It paid off beautifully. So, if you've got nothing that you bought, and obviously you don't because you told me it was an unsuccessful hunt, that's all I got. Let's harken back to the Spider-Man thing really quick just to get it out of the way. So during D23, Tom Holland and Kevin Feige had some words to say. Um, Tom Holland had a statement that he gave while he was after he was done talking about Pixar's upcoming movie, the one he's going to be voicing. It's called Onward.
What did he say?
Okay, so what he said, quote, basically, we've made 5 great movies. It's been 5 amazing years. I've had the time of my life. Who knows what the future holds? But all I know is that I'm going to continue playing Spider-Man and having the time of my life. It's going to be so fun, however we choose to do it. The future of Spider-Man will be different, but it will be equally as awesome and amazing, and we'll find new ways to make it even cooler. End
Oh,
quote.
fuck him.
That does not sound like That sounds like something that was written for him. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, but it's also too like conciliatory. Like if I was him, I'd be mad. Well, I don't know.
I'm sure he is mad because remember that he like gave away spoilers from Infinity War, and they always put him with like another actor, a more experienced actor, during interviews so that he doesn't fuck up. I got a feeling this was written out for him and give it to him because if you look at the video clip where he's talking about this, he keeps like looking to his side, almost like a child looking for approval. Like, am I saying this right?
Or like a hostage negotiator
Yes,
looking
just
over. I'm not a
like that.
hostage negotiator. A hostage looking over at their captor.
Yes, that's exactly what it looked like. So yeah, I'm sure Tom Holland isn't happy about the situation, but I mean, what can he do? He's still employed by Sony.
Yeah.
And Kevin Feige also had some choice words, and he said, and I quote, "I'm feeling about Spider-Man gratitude and joy. We got to make 5 films within the MCU with Spider-Man, 2 standalone films, and 3 with the Avengers. It was a dream that I never thought would happen. It was never meant to last forever. We knew there was a finite amount of time that we'd be able to do this. And we told the story we wanted to tell, and I'll always be thankful for that." End quote.
Eh.
It doesn't look like, as of now, Spider-Man is coming back.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
It's pretty grim.
Yeah. Well,
So,
maybe this means that the X-Men will come sooner.
silver lining?
Yeah.
Well, after that, Tom Holland came out and addressed the crowd in Spider-Man gear, but it wasn't recorded. But I do have an audio clip if you'd like to listen to it. Here's the audio clip of Tom Holland addressing the MCU fans.
I don't feel so good. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir, please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir.
I thought it was gonna be an actual clip.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's as much news as we have about that so far. Doesn't look good, but as we discussed in our last show, there's too much money on the table. I don't think it'll. I think they'll reach an agreement.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm very not optimistic at this point.
Oh, George, you and your pessimism. I'm, if I had a bomb in my hand, I would say I'm sick of your lack of faith. But moving on, there's a topic I'd like to get your thoughts on, George, and that is figure swapping. Ooh, everybody hates that, right? And by figure swapping, I mean, have you ever gone into a Walmart or a Target and you see a figure that you want, where you see the packaging and you're like, oh man, I'm looking for this, and you grab it and it's not the correct figure in the package, or it doesn't have the right build-a-figure piece, or it doesn't have any build-a-figure piece in it at all?
Yeah.
Why do people do this? Why do you think people do this?
Well, they do it because they don't want to pay the full price, I guess. So they'll return some build-a-figure piece they don't want.
But it's a despicable move.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of times where I go like where I've had to like become very like aware of what the box looks like and what goes where in order to not buy one that's not swapped.
That's sad, man.
I only saw Hela back in Hela from Thor Ragnarok. Not the 2-pack. I only saw her 3 times in stores. And once was with once I didn't even know I wasn't a Legends collector yet, so and I hadn't seen Ragnarok, so I didn't buy it. And I was like, maybe I'm not gonna like the character, so I'm not gonna buy it. But then when I decided to, I saw Hela, and it came. Some stuff was taken out. I think the Hulk piece was like taken out or something. Something was missing. And
Yeah,
I
it
didn't.
was. If it was the BAF piece, it was the Hulk Gladiator.
Yeah, something was missing. I'm like, God damn it! I hadn't seen Hela, and then I saw her once again, and then that's when I bought her. And those are the only times I've seen Hela.
Ooh, so you got Hella at retail price.
Yeah.
Nice. This new Hella's really nice, isn't she?
I haven't seen reviews of it.
You haven't seen it in stores?
Nope.
I have. I've seen it a couple of times, and I like it more than the past figure. A lot more.
Damn.
Yeah. But back to the topic at hand. Do you think? Okay, no, let me rephrase that. Do you think that $20 is a fair price for the Legends? Because that's mostly the line that I see swapped out. I'll see some Black Series figures here and there with figures swapped out, and obviously
Yeah,
those are
what did we see swapped out? It's like a battle droid. Something in a battle droid box.
It was with those red guards that were with Snoke in that scene where Rey and Kylo fought them.
Ah, yes. Swapped out. It was in a battle droid box. Yeah.
It was a battle droid box, and I've seen some Rays swapped out, like newer Rays for not in the box, swapped out for older versions. I once saw an Obi-Wan without the Jedi robe.
He just took the Jedi robe out.
Just took the Jedi robe out. Maybe he already had. Maybe he already had one.
Yeah.
And for that, I blame Hasbro. That's Hasbro.
Yes,
That's not them.
I agree. Because they should release like robes because well, it's still an asshole move, but I want robes for a bunch of fucking characters that I don't have robes for, like the Anakin, for example.
But you shouldn't have to buy a separate robe. I mean, the Anakin, yes, we just bought the vintage wave Anakin. He should come with a robe.
Yeah, or included in like a pack with different stuff in it, like heads maybe, like robes, and like other stuff.
Oh, but that's something they definitely should start doing. For each line. Now, would you want it handled that way, like Black Series accessories sold in Black Series packaging, or and Marvel Legends obviously in Marvel Legends packaging, or just generic packaging saying, hey, here's some stuff and it'll go with these lines?
I don't know. Whichever way. I don't. And maybe if they think it's not gonna sell in stores, they could just sell it on their website. I was visiting. I went out to some toy company's website today called Character, I think, and they sell individual pieces. I mean, they sell it expensive, but it's not. It beats having to buy the whole fucking figure.
I'd like to see them do that even with Build-A-Figure pieces. If you don't want to buy the whole wave, right? But I do see the flawed logic in that they're not going to want to lose money, because if they'll sell you the Build-A-Figure pieces, then that means you're not buying the figures you don't want, and they'll probably just end up losing money.
Much as I like, well, I don't like, but as much as I like Hunt for, and it's fun trading and stuff, I don't like Build-A-Figures. I don't like that they make us buy stuff we don't want just for a piece.
I completely agree with that. So, big box stores, right? Walmart, Targets. From what we know, they get the Marvel Legends at $5 a piece. They pay $5 a figure, $5 American.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
that's what I've heard.
okay, so if they're getting them at $5, and we're talking about the single figures, right? Obviously not the 2 packs, but if they get them at $5 and they're turning around and selling them to us at $20, they're making a $15 profit.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think, how cheap are these things to produce then? Or is
Oh,
part of that $15 profit going back to
to
Hasbro?
Hasbro?
Or
I
is
don't think
Hasbro
so.
making their profit off the $5?
Well, I don't know all this, but I'd say yeah, Hasbro's making the profit off before they sell it to Walmart.
Wow. That means they're probably cents on the dollar, not even a full dollar to produce. I can see why people are upset and swapping figures out. But still, if you're out there and you're listening, don't swap figures out.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I guess it's not. The figures aren't even swapped because I remember I saw a tombstone where somebody just yanked the freaking Build-A-Figure piece out.
Yeah, but that's
They
not.
they didn't even swap it. So like even the employees had no they didn't even catch it when it was being returned or whatever.
Well, let's not do that either. Because, I mean, a character like, well, I don't know, Tombstone is pretty known, but let's say, out of these new waves, let's say the character Boom Boom from the Wendigo wave, because the figure will now sit there for weeks and weeks or months and months, and nobody will even notice. And you know why? It's because the employees at these big box toy, not toy stores because they're not toy stores, but at these big box stores, they don't care. They're not going to take the time to look. They're probably getting paid minimum wage. And the no questions asked return policy at these stores, they're just going to fucking take them.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on to the next topic, let me ask you one more question about figures. What's your stance on hiding figures? Say you walk into a store, you see the Pink Ranger, you don't have the cash to get it for me right there. Are you good with hiding it, or is that something you think is a dick move?
I think it's a dick move. But I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as when you find, a swapped figure and you're like, "Oh my god, I finally found what I wanted, but it's swapped."
I'm all for hiding it. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, because you're not hiding it, and even if you were hiding it for yourself, I mean, you're gonna buy the figure, right? Or your buddy's gonna buy the figure. I don't know. I guess that's my stance on it. I think if you see two, definitely you leave one, but the other one, why not? I don't see anything wrong with it. We in the toy community have to help each other out. Well, we'd love to hear what you guys out there think. And by you guys, I think I'm being very generous. There's probably one person out there listening to us right now because of how new the show is. But if you want to get at us, you can shoot us an email with your response or your thought at 2toyhunt@gmail.com. That's numeral 2toyhunt@gmail.com. If you're not good with that, or if you can do it in 280 characters or less, do it via Twitter at 2toyhunts. That's numeral 2toyhunts. Direct your questions at George.
Direct your complaints at Geo.
Oh, damn. All right, so I was looking at obviously new lines, new figures that are coming out because let's face it, when we have a little bit of downtime at our job or in our daily routines at home, that's probably what most of us are doing. Have you seen or heard of the Legends of Lucha Libre line from Boss Fight?
I heard something mentioned about it, but I have heard of Boss Fight, and they make they make this other like 4-inch line that with like replaceable parts. Like you can get like an arm from one figure and like attach it to the other one because they have like standardized joints.
Ooh,
And that sounds really really great.
that sounds really cool, to be
Yeah.
honest.
And I wanted to buy some some of that, even though I don't have any 4-inch figures. They're mostly 6 or whatever. Marvel Legends is slightly bigger than 6. And those look so good that I wanted to buy some.
Oh yeah, and if you don't have any 4-inch figures now, but once you buy 2 or 3 or 4, the more you buy, you're gonna have them, right? And you can start customizing. You can almost make a completely unique figure.
Yeah. Oh, and they sell accessory packs and stuff.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I think Hasbro needs to get on this. They are behind the curve. That
And the reason Boss Fight can't make a Spider-Man, let's say, is because of copyright law.
But I think they can make Spider-Man if they get licensing for a particular size. Because how does Mafex have it? How does Marvel Legends have it? How does
Some of that I'm not sure Mafex in particular, but some of that has to do with them being Japanese, and they have it in the Japanese market.
Okay. So it's not so much the size.
And some of that does have, and also it does have to do with size. You were right on that, but some of that also has to do with them being in Japan.
Okay, I see.
Because Marvel Select has a different scale, which is why they
can produce the toys.
Yeah.
So these boss fight Legends of Lucha Libre figures, they're gonna be 6.5-inch or thereabout. I'm sure some will be a little shorter, some will be a little taller.
Yeah, it sounds like Marvel Legends size.
Yeah, they'll probably scale pretty nice with your Marvel Legends. I saw a few figures that I'm not too familiar with all of these. Let me know.
Are they completely made up?
No.
That know about wrestling? No.
No, they're not completely made up because I know some of these. Well, I wouldn't say I'm really well versed in wrestling nowadays, but old school wrestling, I'm pretty well learned on.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the characters is called Penta Zero M. You may know him as Pentagon Jr. I'm sure you've heard at least of Pentagon.
No.
Never. Wow.
Is a Mexican wrestler?
Yes. In fact, Triple A. You know what Triple A is, right?
Yeah, the Mexican.
The wrestling promotion, Triple A.
Mm-hmm.
They own the name Pentagon Jr. So they can't. I guess they don't have a deal with them, so they can't use that name. But he can wrestle elsewhere as Penta Zero M. Mm-hmm. But it's basically Pentagon Jr. Ray Phoenix is another one. Him.
What about La Parca?
La Parca is not on here yet, but I'm sure he's coming, or at least his son or nephew. I don't know who it is that's wrestling now. But Ray Phoenix is the other one. I have no idea who he is. Sort of looks like Rey Mysterio, his mask. And it looks like the waves are 2 figures deep because wave 2 has Tinieblas Jr. Do you know who Tinieblas was?
No.
I remember seeing him wrestle, but I can't tell you, what championships or anything like that, or even which wrestling promotion. The other one is Laredo Kid. Never heard of him, to be honest with you. But I'm guessing he's based out of Laredo. Now, is it Nuevo Laredo or Laredo, Texas? Or is Nuevo Laredo in Texas and I'm just sounding like a jackass?
I don't know. I don't know any of this.
The next one is Conan. Now, you know Conan, right? He was in WCW for a while.
It sounds familiar.
He was the rival of El Perro Aguayo for a long time. And buddies at some point, I'm sure. Now, he's coming in his old school wrestling gear where he has a mask, and I never saw him like that. When I saw Conan, he was already he was doing the Cholo bit on WCW with the NWO. And one female character, Lady Maravilla. No clue who the hell that is. But I'm sure, these will also look pretty good with your, well, not yours, but with the people's wrestling figures. Anybody that collects wrestling, WWE, WCW, because I mean, let's face it, a lot of the Mexican wrestlers are a bit shorter than the American wrestlers, so they should scale with them. Oh, and one it goes back to what we were talking about. A really cool thing I saw about them is that they will also have accessories packs. So I guess that's what you're talking about. They sell accessories packs, and from the picture I saw, they have like chairs, tables, kendo sticks, barbed wire.
That's nice. That's nice as well.
Right? I mean, come on, Hasbro, put these in your Marvel Legends line.
Who makes the wrestling figures?
The WWE,
Yeah.
Mattel.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they sell
Accessories packs?
yes, licensed Mattel stuff, but I have seen scale chairs and tables and stuff like that. But I don't know if those are from third party manufacturers or if it's from Mattel. But still, someone out there is making them.
Yeah. They're losing money if they aren't making it, because I'm not too familiar with Mattel. I'm way more familiar with Hasbro. Yeah, if they're not making those accessory packs, people that have those wrestling figures are gonna, flock to those packs.
Exactly. I'm trying to throw money at Hasbro. I'm like, come on, man, make some stuff here so I can keep throwing money at you. You hooked me with the Power Rangers line. Rekindle my love for the Marvel Legends and the Black Series. Sell me some accessories, man. Don't pick up any other lines, Hasbro, because, I mean, if this Power Rangers line is any indication, you're just going to keep hooking me in and hooking me in and hooking me in. Come on. Got a family to support here. Gonna have to start stealing bread.
Stealing bread is probably harder than swapping legends.
So George, I know you're really excited about this NECA line from well, it's from NECA, but the DC Dark Horse.
Oh, I'm not that excited about it.
Well, I mean, you did ring my phone at like 3 a.m. just to tell me that there was gonna be a couple of Dark Horse figures. So saying you weren't excited is a bit of an exaggeration there, George.
Yeah, it's based on this comic where they put where Batman fights the aliens from Alien.
So it's from the movie? The alien is from the movie?
Yes.
Is it accurate? Like movie accurate?
It looks pretty movie accurate.
I've never seen the movie.
And
I've
it's
seen pictures of it, but I've never seen the movie, so I don't know either if the alien is movie accurate.
well, the alien is mostly, in the movies I've watched, is mostly like shrouded in shadow, so you can't really like see the whole body correctly. But yes, from what I can tell, yeah, that's what the aliens look like. And they in this comic they infused alien DNA into the Arkham inmates, so you have this basically Joker alien. It's like white and it has like a green head and like blood on its lips, so it looks like the Joker lipstick.
So it's not lipstick. Because on the show notes that I was taking, I also looked at pictures of this. I made a note. Why is Alien wearing red lipstick, and how would he get it on?
I assume it's blood.
That makes more sense.
And the tail also has like blood on it.
Ooh, that's cool. What about the Batman? Do you like the style? The suit, I mean, are you a fan of that Batman suit?
It looks good.
It's the gray and black one, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's the gray and black one. That's sort of the style from Batman v Superman. Sort of, except the horns look a little pointier and longer. Would you get this pack? Would this be something you would want? I mean, I know it wouldn't be high in your priorities, but would you want to get this?
No.
Why not?
It's something that I appreciate that they're making such like more obscure stuff into toys, and it looks really good, but it's not something that I would get.
Depending on the price, and I think this is pretty much going to answer the question on my end. I would get it if the price was right, but
Oh
judging
yeah,
by
yeah, but I'm expecting it to not be right.
yeah, and I don't expect it to ever be right
Yes,
because
yes.
it'll instead of going down, it's going to eventually go into scalper price. What about the Green Lantern versus Sinestro Core Predator? Have you seen that? It's from the same line.
I heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I was looking at screenshots of it yesterday, and unfortunately, it's a New York Comic Con exclusive. But you should be able to order it online, right? Because that also happens with SDCC exclusives. The Predator is all in yellow, and it has a ring. I don't know too much about the Green Lantern and the characters in his story, but the Predator looks really cool. He's all in yellow, has a ring. But what has me, I don't want to say excited, but pleasantly surprised to see is that the Green Lantern not only comes with his lantern, obviously, and some effects for his ring, he'll come with two heads. He'll come with John Stewart and Hal Jordan. So you can swap depending on your mood or how often how often you rearrange your displays. Now, if you were to get this, and I know you're not, but if you were the person that would want to get this, would you try to get two so that you don't have to swap the heads?
Well, it depends. I guess if they like the both John Stewart and Hal Jordan.
I think I would like to have both on the shelf, but getting only one sort of gives me a reason to go back to the display and mess with it because I could be like, well, this month, boom, Hal Jordan, or this week, and then swap the style and the mood, feng shui your display. You know what I'm saying? So George, with all this toy excitement and toy news, I want to kick it back a little. Take a step out of talking about toys. Ooh, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you hear that?
What?
I said we're gonna stop talking about toys for a second, and I can swear I heard a bunch of people turn off their podcast machines. Let's take a step back to D23 again. Let's talk about a couple of trailers that I'm sure people are really excited about, and I know you're excited about. Why don't you tell me your thoughts on the trailer for The Mandalorian, which is a Disney Plus TV show, right?
Yes.
Tell me about it, George. How did it make you feel?
I loved it.
What did you not like about it? What did you love about it?
I loved it. I loved that I liked the Han Solo movie. It looked like the best parts of that movie distilled into that trailer, like the gunslinging and like the showdowns and like I love that.
I like the grittiness of it, like that opening scene with the Vlad the Impaler style stormtrooper helmets.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that.
Oh, that was so cool, man.
When they showed it, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's that hook. That's a really good hook.
They should have had more of that in Rogue One.
Yes, I think I loved Rogue One, but if they had more of that,
yeah.
Oh, that movie would have been just so much better. Talking about that grittiness, that scene where he splits the person in half.
Oh, where the door closes on him?
Yeah, but he doesn't close on him. I think he shoots him down or something, and then as he's crawling out, he shoots the The
like the
panel.
door control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make the door close on him. That was awesome. Is it Tatooine where he's at?
I don't know.
I didn't pay enough attention.
I don't know. They usually have such the similar locations like Jakku and Tatooine. I thought it was during the Force Awakens trailer before they said it was gonna be not on Tatooine. I assumed it was Tatooine because of the desert.
But if there's that double sun in the sky, then you know it's Tatooine. But I didn't pay close enough attention to see if that was in there.
Oh,
Now, I have a question. I know my thoughts on it, but I want to get yours on it. Is this Boba Fett?
no, I think it's some other guy.
You think it's somebody else?
Yeah, if it was Boba Fett, they'd have said it. I haven't been looking too much at the at what it's gonna be about, but I'm almost sure it's not gonna be Boba Fett.
So freezing people in carbonite is just like
A
something
bounty hunter thing.
every bounty hunter does?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, man. I think it is Boba Fett. I think it's gonna be
Like a fake out.
a reveal. I think they're probably just not trying to give us spoilers in the trailer because that other character that was shooting looked a lot like IG-88.
Yeah, but that's like a droid. There were some of that in the Clone Wars. Some of those droids.
Oh, I really need to get into the Clone Wars, man. I mean, I have seen episodes from the Clone Wars, but I need to watch that whole series. But I would like to watch it with that list you made.
Oh, of the good episodes?
The number one, the good episodes, and number two, the order in which to watch the episodes. So
Yes, because the order they came out in is so confusing.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Maybe we can do an episode on that someday, where we talk about this is the order to watch it and why.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do that after Disney Plus comes out and I can start watching the episodes.
Oh, if they'll be on Disney Plus?
Oh, they will be on Disney Plus. They will be on there. Because we're getting a new season of it, like one final season.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, heck, we could do that and maybe turn that into a podcast in and of itself where we're reviewing the episodes in the order that they're meant to be watched in. So, I'm going to tell you about a trailer I saw just today. And at first, I was like, okay, I've seen this before. And then I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting, but I still have that sour taste in my mouth from The Last Jedi, so I was like, eh. But then the final scene in this trailer made me very excited about Star Wars again.
Oh, wow. We had very different reactions. Okay, continue.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, the beginning of the trailer is showing clips of the old movies with voiceover on it.
I didn't like that.
Well, we've seen it before. What I'm saying is we've seen it before. It was done in the prequels, I believe, in episode 3. If you go back and look at the trailers, there's, shows flashbacks and there's voiceover. So it's like, okay, yeah, I've seen this before.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that.
I remember that. And then the middle, I'm not saying it doesn't look like a decent movie. Red Eye C-3PO was pretty cool. What do you think about Red Eye C-3PO? Is that when he reveals himself to be the Emperor? Or is it just
Oh my god,
else?
I didn't even think about that possibility. Maybe he gets possessed by the Emperor or something.
Maybe. Ooh, yeah. Or it could just be that they want to sell you toys. Yeah, that would be something, right? If C-3PO was the Emperor. So that was okay. And that fight scene with Rey and Kylo, where they're like on a ship or some shit, and all the waves are crashing down on them. It was very reminiscent of the last fight with Obi-Wan and Anakin,
Yeah.
but
On
instead
Mustafa.
of fire, it's water. So you're like, oh man, you guys really that must have been a really quick meeting. So what should we make them fight in? We had Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting in fire. Let's get more creative. What can we do? We'll put them in water. That looked cool. That looks like it's gonna be.
It I didn't. It didn't impress me.
Do you think that's gonna be the final battle?
I don't know.
I don't think so. And then that last scene with what looks to be evil Rey holding a double-bladed lightsaber.
Yeah, what's up with that? Is that super spoilery?
And then she flip phones it and it turns into a Darth Maul.
Yeah.
That was oh my god, sell me that figure now. That's a figure, and it just made the top of my list on the priority.
Is it Rey?
It looked like Rey.
Is it gonna be some kind of hallucination?
Okay.
Or is she gonna turn evil? Because if she's gonna turn evil, then that's a major fucking spoiler right there.
That's why I don't think she's gonna turn evil, because that
they
would
showed
just
it.
be a major spoiler. Number 2, she could be possessed by Palpatine, and that's why the laughter in the other trailer. Maybe that's how he makes his appearance, as taking over Rey. But the movie is called The Rise of Skywalker. What if they flip? What if it's Rey that turns into the dark side and Kylo Ren is revindicated by saving the day? He is a Skywalker after all.
That I would like that, except if they hadn't shown that, I would have liked that.
I would like it too, but it would go back to the same issue I had. It wasn't a big issue at first, but then it was an issue with The Force Awakens, where it was like, oh, okay, it was basically A New Hope. If they do this in this movie, then it's sort of like, okay, a Skywalker turns good at the end. Gee, what does that remind you of?
Yeah, although I think they've been telegraphing that Kylo's gonna be redeemed. I don't particularly like that, but that seems the way they're going.
He better lose a hand and quick.
He'll probably lose a hand. They should switch it up and have him lose like a leg or something.
No, it's got to be a hand. They want to make somebody else lose another limb, that's fine. But Skywalkers lose hands. What they're known for. Now I saw Leia in the preview, so what's that about? Is she not gonna die? Is the character not gonna die?
They probably still have some footage. I'm not sure when she died, when Carrie Fisher died, but they might have had some footage to work with, or it might be like another CGI thing, like in Rogue One. I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't like it either. She has to die. I don't think it would be distasteful. I think if they do it right, it would be a nice moment, a nice sweet moment, a nice send-off for Carrie Fisher.
We should have a funeral for her.
Yes. Yeah, that would be nice, a Tony Stark type ending.
Like they had a funeral. Who was it? Padme? Yeah, they had a funeral for her, I think.
Yeah, they had a funeral for her at the end. Now, Kylo Ren turning to the light side after Rey kills Leia. How about that? Would you take that?
Yeah, well, they'd have to set up Rey turning evil, and make that setup good. But yeah, I'd love that.
Well, it could be Rey being possessed by Palpatine.
That's not Rey turning evil then. No, I wouldn't like that.
But see, how many people wouldn't get pissed off though if Rey does turn evil? You know how many people are just gonna be really mad?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm a Rey fan, and I wouldn't get mad if Rey turned evil.
I wouldn't get mad.
I'd like it.
I would like it if she turned evil and both her and Kylo wiped out the entire freaking Rebellion, or what are they called now?
The First Order?
No, not the First Order.
Oh, sorry. The Resistance.
The Resistance. Just wipe them all out. I will stand up and clap. And you know I am not a clap at the end of a movie kind of guy. I mean, it's not a freaking concert.
I find it okay when people clap.
I don't want to say it bothers me, but I don't get it. I mean, it's not like the movie can take a bow.
It's not like the actors are in the
Yeah, they're not in the projector booth.
theater.
So yeah. I mean, but then again, you know, I am a sucker for an unhappy ending. Speaking of unhappy endings, as an example, have you seen Brightburn?
No, I haven't.
Ooh. Fantastic ending to Brightburn, man. At least I thought so.
Would you like to have a Brightburn action figure?
I need a Brightburn action figure in my life.
I'm sure NECA's on that.
Really? Does it have to be NECA? Because their figures tend to be...
Tends to be what?
They're not that expensive, actually. I just bought a Godzilla for my son, and it was $20.
Oh, expensive. I thought you were talking about the quality. They're pretty alright.
Quality's great.
Yeah. I'd like the paint sometimes more than like the glossy Legends.
Yeah. You gotta give NECA that.
So what would you think about Brightburn?
You want me to go into detail? I'll go into detail.
Oh,
Okay.
enough detail where it's not spoilery.
Okay. One sentence, I think, will pretty much sum it up for you. It's everything a Superman movie should be.
How?
It's a horror movie. It's a kid with powers that just feels like he's superior to everybody, which he is. And so he does what any person that feels superior to anybody else would do.
Damn.
I mean, you know, you can sit there and tell me that you're going to do good all you want, but let's be honest. The first time somebody pisses you off, you're going to use them powers to your advantage. But definitely, if you get a chance, listeners are out there, or our listener is out there, and he hasn't watched it, do yourself a favor and go watch Brightburn. Great family movie. Really good.
Family movie. Why is it what does Brightburn mean?
It's the name of the town.
Oh, okay.
Or the school, something like that. I think it's the town or the school. There were bits where I wasn't paying attention because, you know, I was watching it at home and things are going on. You know, the kids, the dog, the wife is talking to me and stuff like that. But it did make me realize that the next DC animated movie should be the book you're telling me about, Superman. What is it called?
Red Sun?
That needs to be the next DC animated movie because Batman: The Killing Joke is, to me, still the standard. It's still the number one. Batman Hush was pretty good. It's very good, actually. Probably the second best.
Didn't people hate The Killing Joke?
Who hated The Killing Joke? I mean, you can't sit there and tell me if you liked the graphic novel that you didn't like the movie because it's basically, you know, panel per panel, page per page, except for the first like 20 minutes of the movie that's new footage. But it didn't take away from the movie.
Oh, okay.
Anybody out there hated that movie? You tune off the podcast. No, but it's a great. Have you seen The Killing Joke?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you like.
But
it.
I hadn't read the
graphic novel.
Yeah, beforehand.
Did you read it after?
No, I still haven't read it.
I'll let you use it. I'll also let you use Batman Hush if you haven't, and then you can watch the movie. But
first I have to get through House of M that you let me borrow.
Another fantastic book that I would like to see made into film, but animation, not full length. But anyway, back to the Superman. That needs to be the next movie. The Death of Superman, and the other one, Doomsday. It's a two-part movie. They're not bad. They're pretty good. But I think this would be the standard for Superman animated movies if they were to make it. I've never read the book, but from what you tell me about it, it can only be.
It's the good parts are really, really good, but it's all over the place in terms of quality.
Ooh.
I think if they adapted it and did a good job and, just held on to the good parts, then that it would be good.
Yeah, but the way they do these movies, they're gonna want to stay as loyal to the material as possible.
That's gonna be a bit.
All right, then I retract my statement. Do not make Superman Red Sun. I think we all agree on that. Moving on from movies we want to see, let's talk about the last thing I want to talk about. George, has anything changed on your list of figures you are on the hunt for?
Let me think. No, nothing has changed yet. There's been, I don't know, there hasn't been like a major shift in new stuff coming out. And,
I beg to differ, my friend. You're just not reading between the lines.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not going after the Pink Ranger?
No.
What?
You look me in the eye all the way across town.
Uh-huh.
And you tell me that double-bladed evil ray is not at the top of your list, even though it doesn't exist, quote unquote, but we know it's going to.
You know what I would want? Yes, but I'd have to see the movie first, and that trailer did not get me excited. Do you know Asajj Ventress?
Oh, yes, I
from the
do.
Clone
From
Wars?
Clone Wars, yeah.
Yeah, she when the two lightsabers went up, that's what I thought, and that got me excited until I saw it was like Rey's face.
Yeah.
I'd like an Asajj Ventress Black Series, although
I'm sure they'll make it. They're making Clone Wars figures now.
Yeah, although I don't like that they don't make them look like the cartoon, like that they try to make it like real life.
Yes, you're thinking of the Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of Obi-Wan, quick side note. You said you haven't been keeping up with D23, right?
No.
So, what's the name of that lady that nobody likes? From Marvel? From Disney?
The Star Wars lady? Oh, you said Marvel.
Well, no. What's the Star Wars lady's name? I may have my chickens crossed here.
The Lucasfilm?
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy?
Kathleen Kennedy. She brought on a special guest to the stage and asked a question to him. She asked him, "Will you be playing Obi-Wan Kenobi again?" And his answer was yes.
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor. So we're getting an Obi-Wan movie or TV show, whatever it is. I'm excited for. That's the movie we should have got instead of Solo. Sorry, George. I know you liked it.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I did. I did not think it was a horrible movie at all. But if it never existed in the Star Wars
I liked it.
I would be okay with it.
I liked it.
But anyway, I guess we're getting the best of both worlds now because the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie will be made. So, obviously, that puts, for me, the evil Rey at the top of the list. But since it doesn't exist, we'll go with Goldar, which I'm seeing people are getting now.
Oh yeah, you pre-ordered him, right?
But since I pre-ordered him, I don't know if you can really say that I'm on the hunt for him because as soon as he gets in, I'm going to get a call. I go pick him up. Boom. That transaction is made. So I guess at the top of my list now, and it has been spotted, Emma Frost. Now that I have my beautiful Pink Ranger, which I cannot wait to open, I'm going hard after that Emma Frost. Is this a figure that you want at all, or is it really low on your list?
No, it's probably one that I'm not gonna get.
Ooh, you're not gonna get it at all. Oh man, I don't know. These Walgreens trips are getting kind of lonely, man.
Well,
I'm
there's other stuff that I want
I'm
that might.
ex- I'm excited about Walgreens again. Need to get out there, hit these Walgreens. And after that, I have the Dazzler Retro, the Cyclops Retro, the Hulk 2-pack that I would have bought already, but the price. And the last one, well, it's not the last one, but it's the last on the top priority. But, I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be a really long shot for me to get any version of this figure, the Mysterio. I'd prefer the comic style, but I would also get the MCU, even though it breaks my heart now.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, Mysterio. So if anyone out there knows, please post it on Facebook. If anybody out there in the Chi-Town Toy Hunters Facebook group sees it, post it up, let me know, hide it for me. I know everybody loves doing that, and it's not something that's frowned upon, so go ahead and hide it behind the socks or whatever. I'll go pick it up. George, do you have any closing comments before we say goodbye?
No.
Alright, so I guess with that, it's time to end the show. Remember to follow us on Twitter at 2toyhunts. That's at numeral 2toyhunt. Throw us a tweet. Say something to George in his pessimistic ways. Let him know we don't like it. 280 characters isn't enough for you. You can do it in an email at 2toyhunt@gmail.com. You can make it an entire essay. George loves going through those. Like our Facebook page, it's 2Hasbros, and you can find the podcasts and videos that we will be putting up. And there's some videos already up on the YouTube channel. That's 2Hasbros Toy Hunt, same name as the podcast. So for Southside George, I'm Northside Geo. Thank you all for listening, and until next time, happy hunting.